The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are entirely those of the host, guest, and caller and do not reflect the opinions of Live at the Barbershop or its staff. Viewers' discretion is advised. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only and contains adult contents, graphic language, strong sexual content, and a whole lot of shit talking. So in other words, get your kids out the room.
Here we go at the Barbershop with your hosts, Misha J, Aaliyah, Black Republican, and those two crazy Caribbean guys from the Q&N show, Norris and Q. And now, the man of the hour, Mr. HNIC, Mr. Sleep When You're Dead, Hustle Now, the magnificent.
Yo, son. What's up with all that?
I was just trying to amp it up, you know, like...
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm all right, I'm with that.
John, live at the Barbershop Podcast.
What's up?
Yo.
It's another Friday night, man. It's a beautiful night down here in the MIA, man. 305. Beautiful weather, everything. We got it, man.
Always, baby.
Always.
It's cold out there.
Where is it cold, man?
No, it's not really cold.
It's a beautiful night.
It's cool.
It's one of those beautiful nights in MIA, man. Okay, man. Tonight, it's not really a chop it up night. We're gonna chop it up still, but for tonight, we're gonna call this segment the what we calling it? I don't know.
It's time to prep.
Time to prep.
Okay.
What are we prepping for?
Everything. There's a storm coming, Q.
Wow.
There's always a storm coming.
Yeah, but it's not the regular storm, the regular Florida storm.
I mean,
You better bunker up.
yeah.
It's
Batten down the hatches.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
storm where you gotta secure your money, you gotta look about your health. It's that type of storm, political storm. Everything is coming at us in the 2023 right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had some similar things in 2022.
Yeah, but we made it.
Nobody talks about 2021. We don't even need to bring that one up. Okay. We don't need to
Can we
bring that one
remember?
up. No, we don't want to remember.
But
There's always a storm.
2021 was what was the storm again in 2021?
It was the arm tap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had that guy too.
Yeah.
The orange hair.
That guy. And
We don't need to reminisce on that, man. It's
we're
a
not,
new
we're
year,
not
baby.
going back. We're going forward.
It's a new year.
Okay.
Happy New Year to everybody out there. I hope y'all checked out that New Year special we did last week.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Indeed.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful, man. Where our long time host Nisha was back in the building.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you remember anything. Y'all need to go see those
Yeah,
drunken
right.
moments that
She's
you had
family,
last week.
man. She's family.
Whew.
Yeah, but we're gonna move on now, man. We're going to introduce. I'm the second host tonight. Who is Q? I'm Q, and this is
Yeah.
my boy
This madness back in the building.
Madness.
Q, you
Always
know this?
It's
love.
family.
It's,
Nah.
it's 20,
Nah.
23, man.
It's none of that, man.
Hey.
Relax.
Yeah, he's missing
Relax.
the actual host who
Yeah,
is running late
Yeah.
as always.
Yeah.
Trying to close the shop up.
Q,
so.
Yeah.
you got to do it like this. So I'm your host, Q.
Yeah.
Yo, Q. And
That's
then
it,
to the
man.
left of me, my man, Madness.
Yeah,
Back in
we're
the
not
building.
gonna talk about that though, but we gotta move along, man.
All right. You gonna introduce the ladies or you want me to do it?
You
man?
can do that, man.
All right.
Introduce
How we gonna do? We'll bring in
Sassy.
the lovely Sassy.
Hello, fellas.
Well, hello there.
How you guys doing tonight?
Sassy.
All is well.
Yeah, we've been good.
How's
We
your foot?
here, we here, man.
All right, let's get it then. Let's get it. Without further ado, let's jump into the next one. Next host for the night, Raya B.
Right.
Hey,
What's good with you?
What's up?
been good. What's up with y'all?
We good
It's
so
good.
far.
New year, new things?
New years, new plans, new beginnings.
Let's get it.
Yep.
Yeah, we call it you call it plans and we call it prep. We gotta prep for everything.
Prep.
Prep.
Yeah, you know everybody. But tonight topic. But if you notice, we always do that New Year's resolution. I don't hear none of you guys on it. It in the gym, lose the weight, do all these stuff.
We're not doing that no more.
You're gonna do. Just do it. Don't say it. Just do
Oh man, Sassy, you're on your own with that one. You are on your own.
We're not doing resolutions.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
They last about what, 4 weeks?
Oh no! Some people
man.
try to go a good 4 months now. In the new year,
I'm going in
they
there
get ready for
tomorrow,
spring
man.
break.
I'm going in there tomorrow.
But
You've been going to the gym though. That's like me saying I'm going to the gym. You know I'm
Yeah,
not going. I might show up once.
that's lifestyle for the tech black IT. That's his lifestyle.
With his big water jug.
Shout out to my
Yeah.
boy Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, you want to kick off stuff us and kick us off in this, man?
But preparation,
Yeah.
we're doing it right now.
For preparation.
Always prep, man. Year after year, we prep.
What they say
Okay.
about our money? We gotta secure it now more than ever.
Hold on tight, baby.
You supposed to
Realistically, you
secure
need
that.
to, yeah,
2023.
always.
You should
Hold on
always,
tight.
but yeah, we should always. But there's another segment where they're saying now is the time. Inflation, everything that's
Now is the
happening.
time. It was always every year. Is
To-
now is the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now is a bit different. We're going
Ain't
different.
Nothing different.
Nah.
You remember that when did they say it? We were talking about it earlier about the end of
Which
the
one?
world and
Yeah,
people
well,
were-
see, that was Y2K. But before we go
Y2K,
there,
yeah.
we got one more host jumping in, Mr. Black Republican.
Black Rap.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's up, blacks? What's
Happy
up?
New
What's good?
Year. Happy New Year.
Same to you guys.
Man, what's good with you?
Doing good.
All right,
man.
sir.
I hear that you got dimes for us tonight, man. You're gonna drop it for us tonight, some dimes.
There's a lot of stuff, man. I keep telling people, got to get ready.
Better
Yeah.
You know, that whole, everybody talking about conspiracies and all of that. Throw that out the window, man. Reality's here right now.
Okay,
In
so
your
now,
face. In your
now that
face.
you're in the building, right?
Yeah.
Let's see how we're gonna do this. With the Y2K, how would you say this is any different from Y2K crisis?
Yeah.
Well, the Y2K thing was more of they were talking about as far as the internet, the systems, the networks, and all of that stuff, you know, pretty much coming to a crash or whatnot. But what's going on with this is ushering us into the more of a new world order sense, where it's going to be they're creating a world government, a world police. You know what I'm saying? There's even talks of them creating cities where everyone is stuck inside of. They're calling it 15-minute cities,
Yeah.
right? Where you're gated off. There's an electronic gate to the entry in and out of that city, and there's only so many times you can leave throughout the year. And if you have to leave for any other reasons or whatnot, you have to get it approved. You know what I mean? Stuff like that is coming into realities. They're already putting it in place in England. They're already putting it in other places overseas. And you know what they do? They test everything everywhere else before they bring it here. You know what I mean? But you already see what they're doing here. They're already trying to pop up with new things to keep you back inside or create different laws. Look at what's going on in Illinois with the laws they're creating over there.
Yeah.
The Safety Act. Worst thing I ever heard.
Now, blacks, what do you think the probability of this thing actually being able to kick off here is? How can you say that it won't fail where it's at now, the 15-minute cities and whatnot?
It'll fail here in America in the beginning, but the thing is, remember, since COVID happened and a lot of other things happened, people are more inclined to conform. You know what I'm saying? Than before.
Okay.
That you have people as soon as the authority says, "Hey, you don't do something, we'll remove your access to things." People are all right. Let me do this thing. Okay, then I'll move this far, and then once they know they can move you,
yeah,
it's open season. It just takes time. And what's time to trillionaires? You think time is a thing to these people?
No, it's not something they value.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah. See, and even with COVID, right? The coronavirus. Yes, they did implement lockdowns and whatnot, but especially here in Florida, we don't adhere to that. It was all over the news how people was violating.
Yeah, but the thing is, we were still being prosecuted. If you lived anywhere past county line heading south, you're screwed. Miami was a whole different state. The lockdowns, curfews, all of
slap on the wrist, man. Like, what, you spend a night in jail? Like, that's not.
Yeah, but think about this though. You spend a night in jail. Where does that log go off your record that you were in jail?
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Determined, yeah.
When do they release you in the morning? Do they release you as soon as sun crack of dawn? Do you have work the next day? Are you on a second strike, third strike from work? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe you had something going on where you needed that day and you can't make it now because you're in jail. So you understand what I'm saying? It's an inconvenience in the end of the day that they didn't have to implement, because it's already a proven fact that natural immunity was the best thing for everyone. You know what I mean? You even got places where they're trying to where they're refusing blood from anyone with the vaccine.
Refusing blood?
Yeah. At like blood banks.
Wow.
Like there's certain people that are requesting individuals that didn't get the shot to get blood from.
Okay, so normally the blood bank would be asking anybody for blood, but now there are specific people that they want.
Yeah, there's certain areas, because there's proven fact there's complications and other things that have risen from it. And all the ones that you see where people are still catching COVID have been individuals that took the jab and all the boosters. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, I'm not against vaccines or any of that, but I'm against this forced narrative where if you don't do it, you're going to be punished type of thing without any information. Like, give me information to secure my my movements. Like, if I'm cautious of something, prove to me that I shouldn't be cautious. Prove to me that it's safe. You know what I mean? If you cannot prove that, if I can't get physical evidence of something being the way it is, then I'm not going for it. And as a human being in America, we should have made that choice. If everybody would have said, hey, we ain't doing that until we get some proof, they couldn't have pushed it. California maybe could have, because California is more, they're going towards communism, whether they like it or not. New York, maybe, Washington, maybe, but anywhere else, they couldn't have forced anybody to do that. That's why it was so hard for them to pass certain laws, because all those other states, especially if it was a Republican state, they weren't doing that. Conservative states, they were like, you want to get the hell out of my face? You know what I mean?
And see, the point I'm making is, just as you say you wasn't necessarily for the jab, right? You support vaccination. However, you wasn't for a forced jab, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a forced curfew where they put a dome over the city you live in and restrict you from being? This is what I'm saying.
No.
You're just one person. But if half of the city is feeling the same way, they're not going to allow them to build that stuff up, man.
Yeah.
And even if they get it built up, we'll find a way to tear it down, because this is just how we operate, man. But
that's what I'm saying. In America, it's different.
Almost never works, man.
Yeah.
In America, it's different. That's why if you don't realize, all the Western countries are under attack by communist laws. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what they're going to do is they put in an elected official, and that elected official steers the whole narrative of why you should do this, why you shouldn't do that. They try to, tell you that you're a bad person because you have a home garden. They're trying to tell you you're a bad person in certain countries if you have a home garden, because your garden is emitting certain certain emissions into the sky that's causing climate change. It's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. The dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
Black Republican, they had that years ago, about at least 10 or 15 years ago. It was like that down in Coral Gables, where they banned having a garden in your backyard. That many years ago. Believe it or not.
See how retarded that is?
Trails still exists. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
and it's going even worse now. It's going even worse now. They're talking about food crisis and all of that, but yet they have one individual that has nothing, that knows nothing about agriculture, has no foot in the agriculture field, buying up all the farmland in the world.
Yeah,
All right, one individual now.
but it's not for farming.
No,
It's a
that's
different
the
type
whole
of
point. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But yet they're heavily taxing farmers with this climate change tax, right?
To give up.
They're heavily taxing them. But then they're running around saying, hey, you need to stop, you need to eat less because we're running out of food. Maybe if you get out of the farmlands and let them do their jobs. Most of these farmers aren't rich.
Yeah.
They just do it because they're feeding the world.
Yeah.
Why are you bothering them? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's fabricated. It's all fabricated. And that's why I say this year we all need to be ready and prepared for a lot of things. Like cut back a lot of things to the minimum. You know, wasting money, flying around the world, all of that other stuff, like cut it to a minimum because the world is changing and everyone that's still stuck in that bubble, they're being led by the distraction. They're the ones that's going to get hit the worst because they're not going to be prepared for the shit that's going to come. You know what I'm saying? When that wave comes of these individuals and their authoritarian and totalitarian war agendas come through,
yeah,
you're going to be running around with your head chopped off looking for answers.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
But also, we specifically saying 2023. What are the reason why you think it's 2023? All these things, most of these things going down.
It's been going on. It's been very subtle, so subtle that you might not even notice it. It's not like a sudden, okay, let's do this now. It's been, I mean, the way they work, they don't think about 5 years ahead. They think 50 years ahead, 100 years ahead, 500 years ahead. They're on just a different level of thinking compared to what we are. So they got us nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable with abundance. But now they're going to swing it right back to scarcity. And nobody's going to be prepared for that.
Yeah,
that's definitely a fact.
So, Raya, have you seen anything that looks that way to you, like 2023?
I've seen a lot of things that, look that way to me, or, especially with the banking system that's going to change soon. People don't think it's going to change, but money is becoming obsolete. Like, that with that. And then also, like you said, the food crisis. I personally would think, everybody should always be stocked up. Everybody should always keep extra just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. Like a bomb can drop any moment. Anybody want to start a nuclear war, they can. Like, just always be prepared. It doesn't matter what it is or what the circumstances is. You should always be prepared.
Yeah, I know that's true. That's facts, being prepared. But I was reading an article like 2 days ago, like, and listening to what they were saying about the money is like, if they're actually telling you, save your money. Make sure starting this year, you know, if you pay rent, you have at least 3-4 rents stacked away. Like if you pay mortgage, you have that 3 stock set away.
That buffer.
That's like, that's a preparation in case something fall. You have that comfort for that time. But where you keep your money? In the bank? What if the bank?
I don't think that is the best place. That's not the best place to keep your money. I feel like you should move your money, if anything, because now you gave a system all types of controls over your money. Like, we all been out of town where you can't use your debit card, you can't use your credit card. Oh, now you got to call them to unlock your card. That's control. So that's not the best way either. I mean, we all got to try to figure out some other way, to move your money, but it's not just saving, it's to keep it to yourself, keep it where you have more control. But that's the whole agenda, is control. That's the whole agenda they want to push.
Yeah, you as we say, you hit the nail on the head, because I was saying, what if the bank froze your money? It's what will you do if the bank get caught up in the situation you're running from? That's another thing, but we know we used to, like in the Caribbean, most of your money is
In
under
your
your bed. It's
And so that's what I was
stretched.
gonna ask Ryan. Like, would you recommend we start putting it back in Ziploc bags again?
No, I would recommend start putting them like start putting them in insurance policies or other things that governments can't touch or can't tax you on. Like, start moving your money in a policy or something else that is not really controlled by a bank, or it's controlled by you.
But
I would
remember now,
do
and see, this
something
is
like
why I
that.
mentioned it earlier, where we were discussing the Y2K crisis, where systems start to fail. 90% of everything that's going on right now is system control. Almost everything. Even if you were to create a business, some type of digital currency, it's all still tied into the computer systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to do it regardless. Because, think about this. Perfect example. How many of you went to the bank and upgraded your bank card to have the chip in it? Or did they just tell you that your card had an issue and they mailed you a new one?
Automatically.
They automatically did it.
They just automatically put the chip. There was like, chip now. Like, here
Yeah,
you
you
go.
see what I'm saying? So you were forced into that. Now we're all walking around with a chip with an NFT tag on it, where you can literally, with NFC tag on a near field connection. So it's like now you could just tap something, or someone can walk up beside you with a device and just literally stand close to you and be able to read your card off and copy your information from your card.
Yeah.
So now they put us all at risk with these cards to say that it's convenient, but it's not convenient. What it does is it gives them more access over your card. Now they could track your card. Now they could, there's so much data that gets pulled into this card now. You get what I'm saying? Because they want more control over your life. Yeah. So now what they do is they force everyone to say, oh, well, you don't even have to put your PIN in, and you don't even have to put it in the thing. Just tap it on the thing. Tap it. Because what that does is it trains your mind to go digital instead of having physical currency. You know what I mean?
It's the convenience behind it.
Man, Madness, you said something where keep a smile on my face. Just a simple thing. You said keep the money in Ziploc bags.
Yeah, put that thing back in the wall. We're going to have them in the wall. That thing behind drywall, baby. Never know, man.
It just keep turning my head. It's so funny. It's to keep it in the
Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, my God. We just do something. Was that the door?
Yeah, but
look who walks.
FBI, man.
This is New Year.
This dude is crazy. Man.
FBI.
Yeah, man.
Get that money right.
Mr. Never Sleep, man. This is the man who works day to day, night to night.
Now.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Black IT, you wrong for that.
Yes, Mr. Worker, Alec.
Yeah, left the 15th job. Get that money. What's up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right. My bad. A little drive where I gotta get to get here. So, my bad.
And you know what we are?
Huh?
You know what we are?
Yeah.
Talking about holding on to your money.
That's scroll talk.
You don't have to talk to this man about that, man.
Junior. Unit. You know how I get down.
You know you get down, man. He tells you every time on this show about putting it away. Yeah, he tells you.
That's what it is. Yeah. Keep it close by.
Don't
See what I'm
remind.
saying?
Don't remind John of that,
those
man.
old shoebox situations. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Old shoebox
stacked up.
Yeah.
So okay, go ahead. Let me not interrupt you guys. Go ahead, finish up.
No, you know what point we're in. So you're we're just waiting on you to
time to prep up. Time to get that money up. Okay, so what were you talking about so far?
Basically, we're gonna have to.
Before
you make any move, you got to decide: is this a need or a want? You know.
Okay. Yeah.
So your needs will have to supersede your wants. Suppress the wants.
You're
gonna have to hold on to your money.
The thing that I think people need to jump on also is what do you do if you have a spouse that is
the opposite?
The opposite.
Wow.
So what do you do with that situation? Because I know a couple of people where
they don't have no say. Let's just say that they don't have no say in a lot of things in their household.
Guy, girl, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
And
Separate bank accounts.
their spouse might be
One that red bottom.
yeah, you call those impulsive buyers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, not in this economy. We have inflation plus a recession. It's like a double whammy right now.
Yeah. She
This is
doesn't
where
want
you just pause. You just gotta pause. You gotta stop the emotional spending. You know, it's just because you're gonna make yourself worse. It's just you're gonna put yourself into a deeper mental situation.
Let me ask now. I'm gonna go to the she a 90s baby.
I'm smart for a 90s baby now. I can still get with it for Don't come for me.
I was like
I'm very smart for a 90s baby.
She a 2000 or she a 90s baby? Okay, all right. So let me go with the 90s baby.
I want to hear.
All right. So let me ask you, do you with all the Amazon trucks out there, you feel like it's a recession going on right now?
I feel like if you got the mindset of like it's a recession, then it's gonna feel like a recession. Like that doesn't mean just blow your money. I'm a saver, so I'm not spending my money on Amazon, Shein, and all of that. But if you put your mind that you struggling, you gonna feel like you struggling. It's all about your mindset, and what you put out is what you're gonna get back. So I don't feel like it's a recession. I'm never gonna feel like it's a recession because I'm not putting my mind like it's a recession or it's an inflation. Yeah, things gonna go up, but money always gonna come around. So
as long as it's cute, you're gonna get it. Cause
hey, blacks.
Not even. I don't even. It's over my. It's like a want or a need. Like my mindset is, do I really want this or do I really need this? Right. So if I just want it, I'm not gonna get it when I know I don't need it.
Yeah,
so that's just my mindset.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned the cute, because I know a lot of females. Oh my God, it's so cute. Let me get it. Don't really need it.
I mean, everybody deserves nice things. You treat yourself. It's okay to treat yourself, but just don't go overboard, because that's where you mess yourself up at. Like you just going overboard.
Okay.
Hey, when that recession hit OnlyFans. Hey, yeah. Hey, when it hit OnlyFans. Oh man. Hey. No, y'all can say that. Y'all can say that now. You remember what happened Backpage and Tumblr and all of that?
Yeah.
When they started cracking down on them rules, oh man, everybody's lives got so destroyed. They were so happy when OnlyFans came around.
No, but OnlyFans, they will just go harder.
On what platform? Huh? On what platform? They ain't got no platform. They ain't got nothing to do. Like 9 to 5. Do what you do. Okay.
No, but the reason why you see so many Amazon trucks around is because nobody's going to stores anymore.
Yeah.
2020 converted a lot of people from shopping online. So now that's why you see so much stuff being shopped online now. And then they're realizing that,
I'm saying they'll probably give a person a false impression as if money's out here. You know what I'm saying? All right, you see people moving. All right, since COVID kind of ceased down a little bit, you've seen people moving around. People are out. People are buying. People are, they getting it. They going to get certain things that they couldn't get when they was locked up and stuff like that. So now I'm just saying it'll give a false impression as if everything is A-okay.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not, because right now they're talking about, earlier we were talking about the whole food shortage and stuff like that. Like that stuff is real.
It's real.
Like my brother drives, he drives big rigs and he did, goods and all of that stuff around the country. And he told me that they were purposefully holding things at the docks. You know what I mean? When the delivery comes in, they get an order and they have to go there and pick it up at a certain time frame.
Yeah.
They were purposely holding things and, and not releasing them, even though it's cleared to leave and it's right there in view. It's not like it's out in the ocean somewhere. It's right there and they could just drive in and, pick it up, or the crane drops it on the back, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But they were refusing to release certain items forcing truck drivers to sit at the gate or in a parking area for up to 8 hours just so they can get their delivery and make their run. You
Some
get
of
what
them
I'm
was
saying?
waiting out there for days.
So,
Yeah.
so this
Crazy.
situation early last year where they say ships out there in sea can deliver.
That's
the
a lie.
containers, that none of that made sense. None of it made sense.
That was a lie. That was a lie. It was sitting at the docks because remember, and those drivers were not getting paid to sit there either.
Nope.
So someone had to make the thought of saying, okay, do I leave this pier and drive way down to another one to go get a different delivery, or do I stay here, wait for this, and make my money? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If they release it.
So they're actually making us hungry for everything.
Yeah.
They forcing scarcity.
Mm.
That's what it is. They're forcing scarcity, and you're going to see the behavior of people. Just check the behavior of people when there's scarcity.
Yeah.
It's each man for themselves. So you're going to see a lot more fighting, a lot more just crazy stuff on the streets. It's going to be. It's going
I mean, you see it. You see it right now. You see it right now on social media.
Tropical storm. We get that all the time.
But even recently in the COVID situation, and the food distribution, but you see that those lines. I was a critic of the lines because so many Mercedes. I'm not against Mercedes. BMW drivers.
They may have been transporting others. They may have been transporting other people.
Yeah, you can talk about Marley and the Whaler driver over there.
Yeah, so,
but all right, so take a look at this now. Like we discussed this many times before. You got to understand that on the totem pole, it always has to have the top rank.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that now, and it comes to the food shortage and different things, I don't think. I think people in our neighborhood need to pay close attention to a lot of this stuff more, because our counterparts, they're prepared.
Yeah.
Trust.
They're stacked up.
Tell them I know a personal person right now that got a bunker sitting underneath the ground.
Yeah.
Stacked.
A lot of those
okay.
A lot of those are in Texas.
Got a bunker underneath his home.
Yeah.
Stacked with canned goods, ammo, anything and everything needed.
Yeah.
If something goes down.
Yeah.
I think with us now, we need to pay close attention to those signs early enough, because we're not trained on that. Yeah. Because what we're looking for is what we call, again, the here and now. Yes. The Luther Vandross syndrome.
Yeah.
So we only deal with what we see right in front of us right now.
Yeah.
We don't look that far ahead. That's why a lot of times economically we're behind the 8 ball still.
Yeah.
Because again, unfortunately, more time the person that makes more money blows that money. It's that hustler's mentality.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Meaning that
they're right back to zero.
Right. Yeah. So if I'm a hustler out on the streets and I know I'm making this amount, I'm gonna be in the store spending that amount because I know tomorrow I'm gonna go back and go get that amount.
Yeah.
And most people that work at 6 figures and all those things, it's the same concept. I'm going to the Porsche dealership
because they're secure within their earnings, so they look at it like it ain't going nowhere.
They don't realize.
You see that?
Don't realize.
And eggs now is like what, $5 a dozen?
Yeah, eggs are beyond expensive, and now you see what they've done. Now they're attaching organic and cage free and all of this to almost every package now. So now they're making it seem like, it's so healthy. That's the reason why the price is going up. But yet when you're looking at the size of the eggs, they're smaller, the containers are tinier, the quantity is less, the bread is shorter. Like everything is smaller, but the price is going up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Eggs can go away. I don't do eggs still, but
all of these individuals, people don't realize that in America has the worst food and health administration in the entire world.
True.
There is countries that barely have running water that wouldn't accept certain foods in their country. You know what I'm saying? That is like, hell no, that's not healthy. Get it out. Haiti at one point was eating mud cakes, all right? And they were denying certain things being in their population.
Yeah.
So we have to understand, just because you see a label on something, they in the FDA they have it set up to where if they say, oh, you need 5 safety, clearances for a certain product, they don't tell you that it needs to be 5 back to back.
Yeah.
It's just 5 whenever it passed the check mark. You get what I'm saying? Or some of the cases they allow the individual to run their own tests. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is how crazy this system is. So we're running around here. We're like, like you see all this little vegan stuff that's being pushed everywhere. People need to eat based on their body, on what their body wants, how they're chemically balanced, other things like that. That's how they need to balance their nutrition.
Yeah.
Just because you run out there and start eating a bunch of salad don't mean you're gonna get healthy in a year.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
You could eat all the carrots in the world. Look at me. Glasses on. I used to eat carrots like a motherfucker. It's genetics. This is genetics. So if you don't know,
you got that Mr.
You know what I mean?
Green?
Yeah. Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, it depends on your genetics. You get what I'm saying? If you look in your family line and you see certain things in your family line, that means it's in your genetics. So you need to prep for that. You know what I mean? All this nonsense people running around here, it's all a lie. It's all a lie. The food pyramid that they got kids eating off, that's been proven that it's a lie. It's completely. So because it's still a lie, why is it still being taught in school? Why is it still being held as what? So that means they purposefully want you to be sick. They purposely want you to destroy you. So why in the world would you then trust the same system telling you it's safe?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I tell people. You need to start researching into everything you're doing. Anything that you feel can affect you down the road, you need to research it before moving ahead. You know what I mean?
But
it's not that you're being paranoid and any of that stuff, but you have to understand the reality that you live in. And the reality you live in is ran by people that do not care if you are here tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I was saying, come back to what I'm saying with John said, the preparation. Our community is not prepared for nothing. I think most of us are not prepared for nothing. If the microwave goes out in the house, it's chaos. Nobody can. Just simple things of that. If the light goes, we go crazy. Oh, it's so hot. We're dying from it. You see what I'm saying? We are not prepared more than those people. The other people, they're more prepared. Packing up, storing away these foods, ammo.
Yeah.
These are the things we keep our kids from. Even the arms, firearm.
I tell people all the time.
Teach them kids, man. Teach your kids. Teach it. Don't tell them
Learn
guns is. Oh no, guns. Teach them.
Everyone should at least learn
how to operate
safety portion of it.
Yeah, the safety portion of it. Yeah.
Let me ask everyone a question on this. You ever wonder, because we all have to share this world that we're on, right? And you ever wonder the people that deal with, all right, for instance, let's take China with the cabbage, the plastic cabbage and stuff, right?
And the rice.
Or the rice.
It goes on,
or all the processed stuff that started coming in our food, right?
Yeah.
So it had people at top. Anyone ever wonder with the people that are making the decision to put these things out amongst the public, do they ever realize that they still have to eat it too? Or
they don't.
Or do you think they have their own separate?
Yeah, they got a separate dish. They're not eating off of that.
Yeah, they're not eating.
They have their own separate movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what they're paying for this is not what
only that the stuff. It's only in their poorest district.
Yeah,
in their poorest district is where that stuff is at, because that's where that problem started. Right. And then they realized how much money they can make off it, and they started sending it overseas. You know what I mean? But their poorest district, they're getting plastic rice. They're getting fake eggs that are made out of gelatin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean gelatin in a powder.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jesus. They're getting walnut with a certain mixture in it, where it's like partial walnut and the rest is like some kind of substance. Where you crack it open and you think it's walnut, but then you taste it and you're like, The hell is this?
And they made the shells and everything for it, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
So now, again, do you think even the people at the top, at a certain point, there's gonna be a shortage? Like, all right, you could store up stuff, let's say for 10 years, let's say, right?
Yeah.
If you live past 10 years, then what? So you're gonna have to consume the same thing one day.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The thing I don't understand with the powers that be is that you have to live here also. So at the end of the day,
but
somewhere along the line, it's gonna affect you somewhere or another. If not you, it's gonna be your kids or their grandkids or something, the next generation.
Nah.
You still don't
they're gonna be fine, because here's the thing. They're designating areas around the world for themselves. Remember, since recently, we just heard about certain islands that these cats own that we never seen on the map.
Yeah.
We never seen on the map. It was completely no-fly zone areas. They have they're building man-made islands now. So who knows if it's ever gonna be geographically mapped. You know what I'm saying?
You're cute. You just found out. So it's called Disney World.
And then you got areas where they got food banks. They have their own food banks. You get what I'm saying? These individuals, what they're doing is they know what's coming. You remember the movie 2012?
Yeah, I saw that one.
I never saw that one.
Where you had the rich elites where they were picking and choosing who was gonna go on the ship with them. Once they destroyed the world, they caused all of that stuff to happen. You know, they knew what was happening. They knew what was going down. You know what I'm saying? And what they end up doing is they end up coming together. And who helped them build that ship that saved all of them? China helped them build the ship. You get what I'm saying? That saved, and they built it within like dumb quick.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So
the partnership that they're doing right now, I won't say China, because Beijing is its own force. You get what I'm saying? Because you have Taiwan, which is a Republic of China, or I should say the capital of China. I guess a little bit of both. But they're really who's running this whole thing. And if you go back into the 60s, into the Cold War era, and that, with the Soviets and all of that, China or Beijing is the new Soviets. You get what I'm saying? And their agenda at the time frame was to infiltrate all your universities, all your laws and everything like that, corrupt them from within, and then steer them into communism or steer them into control. You get what I'm saying? And then what's going to happen is now they're going to set it up to where, because they have this program called it's called 1,000 Talents program. They call it talents because it's like, you know, you dig in, you get what I'm saying, on these individuals. And what it is all these different countries that are under that program getting supported, you know what I'm saying, by the CCP, which is the Communist Chinese, or the Chinese Communist Party. You know what I'm saying? They're all being supported by this. They got the one joint called the One Belt Road Initiative, which Jamaica's in. Thumbs up on that. You have a lot of countries. They said 250 countries said that they're in support of the One Belt Road Initiative. You get what I'm saying? And if you look at what's going on in China, look what they're doing to their own people. Do you think they care about the rest of the world when they're doing that to their own people? I think there's over 15 districts right now, either 10 or 15 districts right now in China that's protesting against the unfair treatment, the fact that they're still doing COVID crackdowns on everybody. I mean, I'm talking about they're doing some heavy crackdowns on people. Yeah. And people are like, yo, I thought we were done with COVID. I thought we opened back up. Like, what's all of this? Still being gated off, can't access to food, can't access to resources. And facilities are broken. You know what I mean?
They're actually stopping them from using all social media. They're taking people's phone, deleting Instagram, everything.
Well, they can't use Instagram. They have their own versions over there. They're not allowed. If you're caught using Google, Google or any apps that are from the Google Play Store, you can be arrested.
Yeah.
Something to think about. because
So they have their own version.
that it can happen here. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone still
Oh,
thinks freedom situation is like that. It's like
Remember now,
happen here.
yeah, people don't realize that Biden was Obama's right hand man. Right? He's been creating laws that have been affecting Black and brown people in the most negative ways all the way since he started in politics. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who created the crime bill. He's the one who created what was the one that they put in after 9/11? What was it called? The Patriot Act? He's the one who created the Patriot Act. You get what I'm saying? He's been creating these type of laws behind the scenes, these totalitarian type laws. So he's picking up. When Obama was in place, Obama said that we need to accept that we're not going to have as much jobs that we used to do. As he bailed out all of these damn companies and just allowed them to go to China, allowed them to go to Mexico, allowed them to go wherever they wanted. You get what I'm saying? After getting billions of dollars in bailout. You get what I'm saying? And then he turned around and said, oh, that we need to have a more China-style infrastructure. And I'm just like,
I remember that.
I'm like, what the hell he just said? I heard that shit. I had to sit back and say, okay, I see the agenda. And that's when I was full 100% anti-Obama. Once I started seeing the true individual and I looked past that he had the same lighter version of me, I was like, yep, I'm done with this dude. I'm done with him.
That's when you invested in all the Cheetos.
Uh-oh.
No, I invested in reality. Because here we are.
But the Cheetos invested
here we are with his right hand man pushing us right in the continuation of the madness. How we go from a plan of getting more money, how we go from having jobs, how we go from cheap ass gas, how we go from just chilling to now wars and economic crisis and inflation. How we go from there in a year?
Because
you know how. Think about this. Think about it as a company, right? If your company is doing good, it's on the Fortune 500 listing, you killing it every year. You just making billions and billions and billions of dollars. Everyone under you is just doing well. Everybody's straight. They happy. They're spending more because they're making bread. For that company to then turn around a year later and say, "Oh, we're bankrupt. We got to do this. We got to do that." You now have to start looking at corruption. You now have to start looking at who's selling assets, who's tanking the company. Do you know how hard it is for a country to be here and then down here within a year? America it's impossible. We were so good that Japan was bringing manufacturing here. India was bringing manufacturing here. Apple built its first Foxconn manufacturing here. They've never done that.
Within the 4 years of Cheeto?
Yeah.
But the Cheeto,
you see what I'm saying? Because he told them
deals. He was making deals. He was a deal broker. You think he could come and be a deal broker like his show?
No, but here's what I'm trying to explain to you. The reason why.
You know that in some way he's very mad of running for the presidency because they know what he's like and what his money, everything. His money is locked up in Russia, locked up in China.
No, it's not.
It's
not. No, you're listening to the media on that.
Whoa.
I'm explaining to you. The only information. China is, as far as Beijing, Beijing is so anti-Trump. They want anything that has to do with Trump out of China because they said that he was sparking rebellions within their country. So other leadership that was going for positions, they kept saying that this individual is too Trump-like. You get what I'm saying? So they wanted him out.
Hold up.
Britain, they were saying that in what is his name? The one who acts like him in England.
Oh no, he completely flipped the script. He completely flipped the script.
Prime Minister who was Boris Swimney.
Boris Johnson. He has the blonde crazy hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were saying he was too much of chump.
Now,
Yeah, he flipped that script.
let me ask a question real quick on something. Okay, so you're saying right now that when Cheetos was in, everything was a better movement all across the board, even though Cheetos don't have no political, no history of any political anything.
But that's the difference.
But at the same time, Cheetos is not the greatest businessman either.
At all.
But everybody was
So
I didn't say that though.
But what I'm trying to establish right now, I'm not with no Republican or Democrat, nothing.
Yeah.
So it's no.
Neither am I.
On anything like that. I'm just trying to get educated on something to say that, okay, 9 out of 10 sometimes, and I'm not advocating for no one at this point. I'm just saying now, when I have to take over for one of these guys here, right? If he did something to disrupt the ecosystem, I gotta clean it up. Usually, right?
No, that's not how it goes with government.
Governments is set; they're already set in place. When you're doing certain things,
it doesn't change with the new party that comes in. It continues.
Yeah,
but
because
that's my point. Either way that it is, whether they did good or bad, it still carries over. Am I right or wrong?
Not if the presidency comes in and makes a electoral decision, and he says, "I want this service cut and removed," then you could damage the progress, which is what Biden did. As soon as he got into office, he was like, "No more of this, no more of that, no more of this. Get the borders out of here. Borders people end up losing."
I'm just trying to remember. I remember it was almost
it's the same thing. Like, okay, get that out of here.
No. But no, here's the thing.
But
when Trump
wins off real, I'm real.
No, but listen, when Trump got in, what he did was he went to situations like, say, the United Nations or what they call it, the Geneva Convention, or not Geneva Convention, but I'm trying to remember. It's the thing that they do on this little meeting they do in France, where they'll come together as far as countries wise, and they'll talk about like different
G20, G8.
Yeah, I think it was that one. So he literally went and he said, first of all, we're supposed to be equally supporting each other, but why is America supporting 50+%, and all these other first world countries are at 2% and below? So Trump made a statement in that meeting or the conventions, and he said, all my individuals that are putting in above 2%, I'm taking you all out to a celebration dinner. Anybody else that aren't, you're not invited. And he left them all in the dust. Then he removed us out of a lot of services that was taken from us. He took us out of the whole Saudi joint. He took us out of that because all we were doing is protecting their land and their oil fields. You know what I mean? He's like, why are we over there getting oil when we have oil here? So he said out of his own mouth that America has so much oil that we can survive on our own for the next 10+ years and still supply other countries. Instead of us importing, we could be on the top of the export list. You get what I'm saying? And then when they realize that there's a lot of oil coming from New Mexico to Canada all the way through, they're like, let's do the Keystone Pipeline. So now we can have our own distribution in America, and we'll cut the Middle East completely out. You get what I'm saying? So what do? Trump leaves, and what do? They turn around and say, Keystone Pipeline, dead, because we need to go back to the Middle East. We have a stake in the Middle East to protect them no matter what. So the only way we could be there is through the oil, because there is no other reason why America should be in the Middle East. Yes. Not a single reason, you get what I'm saying, other than the oil. So now what ends up happening? Saudi gets their money back because America is their biggest pay goat. You get what I'm saying? They get their money back straight. You know what I'm saying? So
enemies.
Yeah, they have to do these things, because anytime there's a leadership that shows up in the Middle East that's going to change how things goes. Look at what was his name? Was it Gaddafi? That he was like, oh, I'm going to take I'm getting ourselves off of the American dollar, and we're going to start backing our country by gold.
Who taking
Gone.
over? Republicans?
Democrat. Gone. Get out of here. What you want? What you gold? You want to get off the petrodollar?
So since we're not
hardwired to say Democrat, always Democrat.
Since we're not on,
no, but it's true. It's true. Hillary was behind that.
Hold up.
Hillary said it out her. She said it out her mouth. She said, "We came. We saw he died." That's what she said.
Bush.
So all right. So now, when the Gulf War and all those stuff, we had issues. Every so often, you're gonna have this whole revolving door.
Yeah.
Whether Democrat or Republican, every 10 years or so, this recession thing is foolproof. It's gonna go down. So what I'm saying is now, at this point now, for us, who do you choose at this point? Because we're the suffering ones right now, the poor people.
Anyone that's for the people.
Hey, listen,
anyone that's for the people. That's who you choose.
Because there's no independent party. Although they want to put that on ballots and stuff, there is no independent, nothing. You got the Republican and you got the Democrats.
Yeah.
So but what I'm saying though, but here's the thing.
So hold on.
Here's
what you go in. So right now, let's just say moving forward, 2024, you get this Cheetos back in, right? So now you telling me now for everyone in my neighborhood, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good?
No.
Hey, listen,
so if I hold up, so I can take a run up to Mar-a-Lago and knock on the door and say, "Hey, I voted for you, so let me get something."
That don't even make no sense. You'll never get that anywhere. You'll never get that anywhere.
No matter who you choose, that's never going to be the outcome.
We're never going to be.
Yeah, you'll never get that. Yeah, but what I'm saying is you have to
I'm just making a point.
Look, Ice Cube. No, but Ice Cube said it the best. Ice Cube said it the best. He went to both parties with a plan and a decision, and only one listened and wanted to work with him.
Understandable, but
and it's not. And now here's my whole thing. I'm not speaking for the Republican Party because remember when Bush was in, I wanted him gone. I wanted him out of there. He was the worst president I've ever seen in my life. Bush was trash. You get what I'm saying? He was hot garbage. Remember the only reason why we ended up in the housing crisis was because of him. I'm talking about Bush Jr. Well, both of them was garbage.
But you
Bush, remember
Cheeto. You remember Cheeto man went to Rocket Man, Organ Kiss histories in the book.
But but here's the thing though. Here's what I don't get.
Fighting with Rocket Man, telling him.
Here's what I don't get though. Here's what I don't get is everybody was pro-Trump, high-fiving Trump before Trump became president. Once Trump started going after Hillary Clinton and going after the establishment, both sides turned on him because remember, the establishment is retired. They're old ass dinosaurs waiting for their pension. You think they want some guy to come in here and jack their pension up? A guy that already has money? They don't want him coming in here jacking their stuff. So both sides went against him.
So now
that's the only reason.
At the same time,
no one has any history of Trump being racist or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Until the media started.
It was his father. Blacks. It was his father. It wasn't him.
Who?
Trump's father.
That was racist?
Yeah, in New York.
Well, tell a lot of them people in Atlantic City something different.
Black said it was
because a lot of people that was at Taj Mahal, they got something different to say about everything that went down with that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I'm just saying at the end of the day, I don't think just because he's on.
No, he wasn't.
Hold up. I don't think because you got Trump from back in the days on a Method Man album that it meant that he's not part of the establishment. Everyone got an agenda at the end of the day. There's still an agenda at the end of the day for each and every one of them.
No, it is true.
That's true. For us moving forward now, if we start educating ourselves to start productively we need to get more into politics as well. We need to educate ourselves more in
which I am. I'm all up in that.
But at the same time, then you need to go find these little young ones and go educate them and start pushing them to go deal with that instead of trying to be a ball player.
I do the same thing.
That's one. Two, for us moving forward economically. Okay, since that's what we're all about for tonight.
Yeah,
is how do we move forward? Whether it's Cheetos or Dito, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's gonna suffer. Whatever the choice is, that's the main thing. Yeah. You're the one that's
and that's the reason why I'm the way I am.
It does not affect. You see these things we talk about, interest rates and this and that.
Yeah.
Rich people don't care about that.
Yeah.
They do.
Listen.
They do. What you mean they don't?
At the
what
end
you
of
mean
the
they
day,
don't? Listen, the Federal Reserve is a private company.
No,
Just
rich
know
people
that.
are wealthy people.
Just know
They
that
don't
the
need-
Federal Reserve is a private company.
I understand that. We understand
Okay.
that already. But what I'm saying to you now, okay, whatever money you got in your pocket, take out your money. You got $100, $1,000, or whatever. Okay. If I tell you, hey, you got to pay 5% of that to the tip, right? For tonight's dinner. You're gonna be like, whatever, it's $1,000. The man only got $10 in his pocket. He's damn.
That's tough.
5% of that. Yeah. I'm not saying you're not concerned about it, but if you got the bread, it's not a factor that's affecting you right now.
Right now.
It's not a factor. When the money start getting low, then you start, you want to jump out the window. But until then, it's not gonna affect you. If you got billions, millions, or whatever in the bank compared to 1,000 there right now, you don't care.
And that
you can go get whatever
offshore
loan
money.
you need to go get and do whatever you need to do. You need that new car? Oh, it's 3%. Who cares? Just give me the car.
And the one who put away that offshore money.
You sitting down now, you say you want to rent a apartment or something. A dude tell you, first, last, and armed security. I need this. You're like, it's starting to affect you.
It's gonna wait.
Go do something, it's gonna affect you. You're the lowest person on the totem pole. It's gonna affect you. So what I'm saying right now is for us, what do we do to secure our
remember what I always tell everybody, and I'm sure
it's damaging us.
Y'all have heard me say this a million times. We need to stop looking for a leadership to sort us out. We have to sort ourselves out because the system is not put in place for us.
But
the system is put in place for its own. It's its own thing.
Go back.
We have to have our own currency. We have to have our own mission. We have to have our own goals. We have to have our own messages. Remember, like I said, if a person...
This is what they're also saying. We don't have no black leaders.
Someone who's trying to do their own currency.
Anybody try, they're
How
out.
did that go? You're not talking about
but the problem is when we're trying to do it, we're trying to integrate it. Like we want the government to acknowledge what we're doing. We want them to. Everything about the government should be 1,000 miles down the road from us. We shouldn't have the government anywhere close to our house, anywhere close to our yard. We should be 100 miles away from the government. And I mean, at all times, the government is not here for us. When they say not, the government is here, you don't even look through the blinds. Just turn the lights off on the inside and pretend you ain't home.
Let me ask everyone a quick question.
Just look at the ring now.
Look at the what?
Don't even install that on your house. Don't even install that shit on your house. Remember, Ring got bought out by Google, and they're signed on with a contract with the police department. They can access your Ring camera at any time they want and download any feed they want from you.
Listen, homie, they gonna get you regardless. Whatever. Your little
convenience,
phone,
convenience though.
Everything you walking around.
But that's what I'm saying. Limit yourself.
Probably got a transmission telling the cops where you at right now.
Yeah, because.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying they can't. But what I'm saying is, you limit their access to you. Limit it. You know what I'm saying?
As long as there's a thing called convenience, you're not limited.
But that's what I was saying, though. That's what I'm saying. We have got so comfortable, it's making it seem like, oh, I can't live without my phone.
So let's go back to
you have to. If you can't live without certain things, you have to. If you can't live without it, get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I practice
because here's it. But the reason why I say this,
notes or whatever phone he got, whatever.
3 laptops.
But I'm limited. No, but I'm limited though. I'm limited with it. You get what I'm saying?
To 5G.
But here's what I'm saying though. You have to get in the mindset that when shit hits the fan, you're ready to give that up. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everybody was like, oh, you crazy. Oh, you crazy, bro. You ain't gonna go out there and get the jab? Oh, you ain't gonna do this? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna go there. No, I'm not gonna travel. No, I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm gonna go find my own way. And everybody got scared and pushed into doing it. Everybody got scared and pushed into do it. I told my job to go kick rocks. You get what I'm saying? Because what people don't know, but what people don't understand is that they have to have actual paperwork to prove a certain factor. You could push a lawsuit, you could do certain things. But people are like, I'm not trying to go through no headache. I'm not trying to do this. That's exactly what I did. I went and I sent out.
Yeah,
you're talking
about going against a system that's put in place for various reasons. If you
but what I'm saying is though,
they'll wait until
the system how it is right now, because it's in America. This is why they do everything around the world and then come to America, because they have to test it out everywhere. And then they have to train the mindset of the American people. The system is set up in a shady way. It's all background shit because it has to be. Because if the people get wind of it and they start noticing what's going on, the people can uprise and say, hey, we're tired of your shit. It's time to go. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the country we're in. So that's the reason why they have to do it in the background. But they're slowly, every 10 years, they're slowly changing the mindset of the people to conform, to police themselves, to punish themselves. If the next person, or if that person over there beside you isn't conforming, now you're ratting them out. Now you're doing this. Now you're doing that. They're slowly changing our mindset. You know what I'm saying? To that level. But what I'm saying is we have to be able to throw comfort out the window for what we really need, because we cannot say that we want change and then we can't get rid of everything. Burn it all down. If you can't can't pack it up in a pile and burn it, you are not ready for it.
Let's take it to a vote real quick.
I don't quite remember.
Realistically, it's not gonna happen.
I don't quite remember the scripture.
But realistically, we are living in reality. The problem is we have conformed ourselves into our own space.
I can't quite remember the scripture, but they talk about in the Bible about the web. I think that's what we all caught up in. The internet and everything. They got us. You have people, what are the people they call them? The Amish? That doesn't do none of
the
this.
Amish.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
They're attacking them now.
They do. But here's the thing. They do because they have to keep up with the time frame, but they limit it. Okay. They limit it to the smallest they can.
But
there's certain time frames that they have. Like if you have a device, because they do have laptops and computers, they limit how long you're on it. They limit the access. They limit what you can do. You have to limit yourself because it's a toxic nature. Look at social media. Social media is built to steer our mindset. It's built to distract us. It's built to corrupt us. You know what I'm saying? And by you knowing that, you have to limit it.
Is it the network or is it the people? It's not. Instagram is not the problem. OnlyFans.
No, it is. No. Instagram is the problem.
Stay off.
No. Listen to what I'm telling you. Instagram is the problem. TikTok is the problem, because you have people that are getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars developing an algorithm that can literally feed off of your patterns. They notice what you're doing and they can literally build a strategy for you.
Stay off it.
You understand?
Yeah.
Don't go TikTok.
No, you limit it. If it's a tool, use it for what it's made for. Use it for your purpose, and then you leave it.
Stay off it.
If you don't build that mindset, you will carry it around and you will check it every 5 seconds. Oh, that post I made 5 minutes ago. Did I get a like? Did I get a view? No.
So you're saying I'll be good off the grid?
Yeah, you'll be fine because your ass ain't on social media. You'll be fine. You're on social media.
Man around the mountain. So, all right, let me ask everyone real quick in closing. Okay. So now, Madness, can you stay off the grid?
Hell no. I make all my money on the grid, man. Okay? No.
So now, all right. So you can't stay off the grid
because that's where.
How much money should you have stockpiled just in case something happens?
Realistically, right? And see, I mentioned this before. This is the Dave Ramsey way, okay? The Dave Ramsey way. You should have 6 months put up.
Okay.
That's first and foremost.
Okay.
And this is for average everyday people. Okay. $6 months. $1,000. You're not getting into the 6 baby steps. So y'all had to look that up on your own. We closing this thing out. Okay. Start with 1,000.
We should get them
okay.
info.
The goal is you need to have at least, and this is my way. You need to have 6 months of expenses. Whenever it costs you to live, you should have that on ice.
Right.
Okay.
You lose your job, you get injured, your spouse is injured, whatever the case may be. 6 months is enough. It should be enough.
6 months.
Just to get you by. 6 months.
I know.
Lights, water, mortgage, rent, whatever your situation is. Car note, baby pampers, whatever. Food, gas. 6 months. Put you in a decent place where, okay, I got to get up, put my big boy pants on, go out there and get a job now.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if we talking crisis, right, we can't predict these things.
Right.
Yeah.
The government, the iron fist that we don't like to talk about, the whole point and purpose of that is to lead by fear. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
If I can scare you into believing that a mask is going to cover up the largest organism, which is actually the human body, not your mouth or your nose, right? If I can get you to believe that you need to wear this mask in order to survive, you will.
You're gonna wear it.
Craziest thing I ever heard in my life.
Facts. All right.
Yeah,
Q.
so that's my take on it.
Can you live off the grid?
No, I don't. It's hard for us, man.
How much money you need to save up for you in case of something?
Earlier we started off on a 3-month situation. I was saying.
3 months?
Yeah, but what are you saying is facts.
3 months for the gallus? No, that ain't gonna work. 3 months for the gallus? Nah. That's 3 weeks for you. Already done. Okay. Sassy, can you live off the grid? And if
I've actually been practicing it gradually implementing things. And so that's a way to go about it. Yeah. You know, some people, you don't have to do everything extreme like right now, you know, go from where you are now to the complete opposite. You could gradually implement certain things to get yourself accustomed to it, because it took time to get accustomed to all this abundance, you know, and all this excess that we live in. So you got to gradually, probably a little bit faster than you would like to now, get used to not having access to a lot of things. It's coming. It is definitely coming. There'll be times when they're gonna tell you that the power grid is down. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So you know.
Talk to the 90s baby real quick. 90s baby, though. It's totally.
She know it.
She already sweat. Look at the sweat beating down. She's like, oh, red? Like, what does that mean?
I could if I wanted to.
I just recently got over playing CDs.
I definitely could if I wanted to. Like, especially when the whole COVID thing happened, I didn't fall into all that BS. That was. You could tell it was all a scare tactic, because at the end of the day, your body's gonna do what it naturally does. Like, if you have common sense, like, you're not gonna fall into the scare tactics. You're not gonna fall into the chaos. Like, just keep your mind right. But yes, I could live off the grid if I wanted to.
I just want to keep back up just a little bit on the camera. I want to see your whole face. I got half it. Yeah, right there. See, now you got to do that when you're off the grid. You see what I'm saying?
But nah, like, I can live off my phone. I've done it. I've been off, Instagram, Twitter, all of that for like a year. Like,
for a year?
For like a year. Like, I'm not on Instagram, not on nothing. Like, I got completely off the social media. I like, to isolate yourself is the best thing to do, I feel like, because at the end of the day, it's nothing but you and the Most High. So once you get that type of connection, it's just like, okay, I don't need none of this. Like, once you got that, like, you can just be on your own and be isolated. You straight.
Now, understandable. For your age, I'll give you props.
So true, man.
Probably was
it's very wise. I got some wise.
He's hanging with the older crew. I can see it. I get it. So,
you're being vetted, Raya. You're being vetted.
Yeah, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Blacks. Well, I already know.
You already know. Hey, let me tell you something, man. I will burn everything down. If they say, hey, it's either you give up all of this, Or else, all right, man, just go ahead, take it. That's it in that garbage. Yeah, because the thing is, you can always start over. That's the whole point. You can always start over. If you're a person that's connected, that's creative, that's intelligent, you can always start over. There's no that if I lose everything, I'm done for. It's not your body. Now, if they start chopping off your limbs, then yeah, all right, you got some decisions to make. But some objects, throw it out the window. You know what I'm saying? Get another one. Go get it somewhere else. Find something else. There's so much options in this world. There's no reason why we should be living for comfort with so much options. You know what I mean?
Don't tell
comfort and convenience is the two things that they are ruining our lives over. Like everything is built around that now. The only reason why 5G got put in place is because of all the AI services that are out right now. You get what I'm saying? AI, everything. Now you can't even find a human to help you do anything. All you got is goddamn automation everywhere.
Don't say AI, because a lot of old heads is like, Allen Iverson's back. What are you talking
Number 3?
AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Hey,
AI?
Blacks. John just get his iPhone, man. He ain't giving it up.
Trust me, homie. Trust me.
Oh, you're screwed. You're screwed.
Everybody know, you know me.
Yes.
I'm
First iPhone, he ain't giving up that, man.
You better go into settings and change certain things.
Nah, I'm good with that. Listen, you already know. For me, that's why it's military minded all day, every day. Meaning that, I get up at the same time every single day, 7 days a week. It doesn't matter. If it comes to food or anything, I train mentally to say, okay, if it's here, it's here. If it's not, it's not. I keep it moving. Because if it comes down to it, I'm not going to allow my stomach to program everything else upstairs.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying to go, hungry and run around and start malnourishing yourself. None of that. But what I'm saying is at the same time, if you keep a military mindset, you can survive. But it's the people, like you said, the comfort zone. Something smell like kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and already you didn't, 2 minutes that ain't passed. You say, we're military minded, right? Yeah. What's that smell?
Hey, Sassy.
You can't. That's not gonna work.
What's the name of it, man? Squirrel. That man put big food, man. It's a squirrel.
Been that way from when I was a kid. So that's what I'm saying. This is not something new to me. It's always been that military mindset, meaning that I can stay up all day. So if it comes down to it where we got to watch the opposite side of something, I'm up.
Yeah.
If somebody coming, I'm ready. So this is not nothing where I have to program myself to adapt to something different. Doesn't matter. I'm already built like this.
Yeah, man.
From jump, it doesn't make a difference. I can go deal with something, go to work, I've done it. Listen, I left New York and went to party in Miami and drove back to New York for work. You know what I'm saying? So that's military minded. That just tell you right there. Like, I'm not thinking about, it's how many states and it's how many hours down. It's just like, I'm going to go do that and come back.
Yeah, let's get it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the mindset.
So once you train your mindset to say, this is what it is, let's go get it. It's already programmed. We're going.
That's what I've been saying. It's like, I'm not telling people like they can't live their life or anything, but we have to start training our mind, you know what I'm saying, to know our reality, to know that we have to be more in control of our reality. And if we're not, we're going to be steered off the cliff. Remember, as a people, we're the most built people to survive anything. The only way that they can make that not be the reality is by allowing us to tear down ourselves.
Hold on. True. You gotta understand something. True. All that's out the window. Let's just go to Jamaica. And I'm not gonna keep on this for long because we're closing out. Let's just go to Jamaica. A spot where we know farming and all that stuff was always in our system. And Ryan, you can attest to this. In Haiti, all the West Indian countries, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Farming has always been our A1 movement. And we, generation-wise, we learn. Everyone come up, figure it out. Yeah, go ahead. Who in Jamaica or Haiti or anywhere is
Wanna
farming
farm.
anything.
No.
Go somewhere.
Why is that? That's because of convenience.
But that's what
Because
I'm saying to you. It's
for
right
what
now.
the past 20 years, things
It's out
have been
the window.
produced in China cheaper. So instead of having, one or two white t-shirts, now we got 20.
But that's the thing.
So, and now we just going, this is abundance of stuff.
That's the
And
thing.
now it's like here. So now people didn't have to labor for stuff. It's just like, just ask for it and you're gonna get it.
I mean, that doesn't mean that they still don't do it. They just don't do it
It's
as
very
much.
limited. Plus, another thing is that the U.S. used to take, our agricultural products, and then they shifted everything to Central America. So then, it became it took away that part of the the economy for our countries, because a lot of that portion of our farming was now taken to another region. So the motivation is not there. So the goal is just to get your visa and get to America.
But that just goes.
I mean,
Pretty much.
One.
But then we also got to remember that the majority of farmers, they're being overtaxed more than anyone before. They're being targeted
on the neck. Yeah.
around the world. Of farming countries are being targeted. Look at India. India is still going through their conflicts.
Dog, that's the system. That's what I'm trying to explain. Yeah. That's part of the system.
I know that. But the only reason why I specifically was, but the reason why I was specifically saying that this year we got to be on our P's and Q's is because there's an uprising going on in the world. There's an uprising. The people are fighting back. And remember, these old dinosaurs that I spoke about, that's sitting behind the shadows running things, their old ass is dying off. They're dying off, and their plans are not going the way it want. So that's why they're doing things recklessly now. You're actually seeing them do things now. Back in the days, we used to talk about it, and they say, "Oh man, look at this guy, man, you crazy as hell, bro. You believe that? Oh man, you don't believe that." Now people are calling me and saying, "Hey, bro, did you hear about that? What you think about this? Hey, man, do you see this article? This, and that." I'm looking at them like, you know how long that shit's been going on?
Oh, yeah. Blacks, we're going.
You just know that?
Now, player. We got one more host.
When you say this
jumping
guy's
on the line,
we're gonna give him 2 seconds.
Oh man,
who that?
This
Live
guy's
the
crazy.
barbershop. We got Gil in the building. What's good, Gil? Oh man,
hey, what's going on, everybody? Y'all hear me?
What up, Playboy?
What's up, man?
Charlie, you driving to the bank?
No,
Hey, you gotta pull
Gil
on.
say he's going to take out all his money right now.
no, man. What's going on, everybody?
Everything
is chilling.
It's good, man.
Happy New Year, player.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Well, we were kind of closing out, but we were just really running into the situation of comfort zone where people come off the grid, and can they how much savings should you have just in case?
So
for the present economy, for the present economy.
All I talk about is I have a mind state about, and Madness probably heard me talk about this, the zombie apocalypse mentality. You always got to stay ready, be ready, because you never know what will happen, because there's something called the Murphy's Law, because if it can happen, it will happen. So just stay ready so you don't never have to be ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And there's a lot of people living that life to upstate, the zombie city where they have food stored away, ammunition.
The preppers, they call them preppers.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I watch
but nobody, how many people in here have food that can last 30 days? Like, do y'all have food stored?
Yeah, I got some canned goods. Yeah, I got canned stuff in the storage.
You in the dark? Can you see John?
I got mine. I got stored up.
Hey, I got a box of some MREs, and them things last for a while.
That's what you gotta do. That MRE. That's what I was about to say.
Hey, Gil, I still got money in a shoebox under the house in New York. Heard up. Like 10 years ago.
We going up there. When the zombies hit, we going up there.
So,
ain't nobody heading up this New York when the zombie hit, man. Y'all see how New York looked? New York looked like a zombie outbreak. Yo.
I'm just saying that everyone. The main problem right now is everyone's so comfortable.
Our community.
Our community
tell
is
you.
so comfortable.
Our community.
You understand?
Hey, John, you say
That's the
that.
thing.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was invited to a party a year ago. This is like right after COVID, and it was at some uppity bar, and
Right.
the vibe was, if you get what I'm trying to say, and
Yeah, I
everybody
get you.
was talking, and it was kind of hush hush, and one of the kids mentioned something about like, hey man, we got to add this to the backup plan, and I was like, what backup plan? And like, oh yeah, Gil, what do you do for a living? And I was like, what? I'm a forklift mechanic. I'm a mechanic. I work on diesel trucks, electricity, AC, motors. We think we could add you. You could be an asset. Asset to what? They're preppers, like Black Republicans said. They have a team of 5 individuals, men and women, that have individual skills that they can learn and lean off of each other, because when things happen, they got a nurse, they got a military guy, they got a cook, they got all these other people. The missing piece was a mechanic. So, and I'm like, these are people that don't look like me. So I'm immediately adverse to socializing or providing any good vibes or energy. But my mind started going, but Gil, how many people like you think like them? How many people like you think like you? Zombie apocalypse, or that whole prepping. I got a anti-flood pig mat. Is an absorbent mat that I put in front of my door, in case there's a flood. But I made sure when I bought my house that it's not in a floody area in South Florida. You know what I'm saying? But that's how my mind works. But how many people like me that look like me that's from Haiti, that's black, that thinks like me? You know what I'm saying? These are stuff that we got to think about.
Yep. But see, again, that's why we say
thinking going back home.
This is why it's such a difficult situation to combat this situation, because again, on platforms like this, where we're giving you the information, there's so many people right now that are not even logged on, that know us personally, and they're not even getting the information. But if I had somebody from Love and Hip Hop on right now, it'd be flooded.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the reason why it's a battle with a situation like this, because they know us. They know us. And they know what we're built like. They know what we're there's only a few of us that are not caught in the matrix.
Yeah.
But there's a vast majority of them that are walking around bumping into things because they're not focused. Yeah. And that's the number one problem right now. And that's why I say it's going to be an uphill battle. It's great. It sounds good right here, and it looks good on paper. But the execution plan, we'll see.
True.
We'll see.
We get
so
run up and down. Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Gil, I don't know if he can still hear us, but great point that you made. Great point. That apocalypse situation is a good point right there.
Yeah.
Pooling our resources.
Yeah, because what they're gonna do in the end, they're just gonna barter their service. There's not gonna be money exchange. They're just gonna barter with each other when it comes down to things.
I'm good with that.
You need a nurse?
A lot of people are not.
I do that now.
I think we got a nurse.
I do that now.
No, but here's the thing though. Just like how everybody goes on vacations and they take trips around because they have money saved up and they got that, use that same money and go take a survival class. Go take a medical class, how to stitch a wound, how to apply a tourniquet, how to do certain things.
Go camping.
Take that time frame to learn that one lesson. You know what I mean?
I want to go.
Because a lot of people now, they think that, oh, you could just go camping and you could just sleep on the ground. No. Certain environments, you sleep on the ground, you're waking up with all sorts of bacteria. You're waking up with all sorts of problems. You know what I mean? If it rains and you're on the ground, now you're wet, you're soaked. Hypothermia. You have so much different, factors in it. But the problem is we're living to please the masters. We're living to please the enemies behind the scene. That's the only reason why we're living this way. If it was up to us, we wouldn't be doing all this extra nonsense. We'll just be chilling.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be chilling. We'll be investing in ourselves. We'll be chilling with our community. But now social media and all of that, everybody now, as soon as they go somewhere, post it on social media. I was here. Who cares if you went to a restaurant? Ooh, there's a restaurant. Nobody ever been to a damn restaurant?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, they're programmed and trained in this mindset, literally chattel. You know what I'm saying? All you do is you live to provide them money. You're giving all of these businesses and things free publication, free advertisement. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah,
For what?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm in hopes that the vast majority of people that we come into contact and show
Get
this
this-
knowledge,
get
that
this
they'll
valid
use the
point,
knowledge from this and learn to do better. You know what I mean? Because like I said, for us right now, we're not calling the Matrix, but I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Great episode tonight, definitely. Got a couple more things coming up for the new year. Our friends gonna have an episode on fixing your credit, part 2. That's another good one. And then putting together something for life insurance as well. So got a good amount of things. So we just need everyone to spread the word about the platform Live at the Barbershop. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and spread the word, please. Spread the word. That's the thing. Because bringing the information and getting the guests to come in. I got people coming from Chicago, different areas that's coming in to actually educate our community and help out with different things. So in return, spread the word. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So yeah, good. So check us out on all the platforms, and don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. And we out. We're not doing the regular. So he's setting it up different for 23, I guess. Okay.
It's out on all platforms.
All right. So that's what we do. Okay. So
Oh man,
Ryan B,
so
I want to
vague.
thank you
Damn.
again for joining us, and always a pleasure to see you. Anytime your family, okay? Keep your mentality up. Got a good mentality.
Black IT over there slacking, man.
Keep that good IT.
Never.
90s baby.
90s baby.
90s baby.
So
Yeah, we
Ryan
ain't
B,
all bad. We ain't all bad. I'm gonna represent the 90s.
Oh, Black Republican, as always, man, a pleasure. Keep that information coming. Sassy, as always, thank you very much for all that you've contributed and helped out with the show over the time period, and always educating us with things. Madness, thank you once again for stepping in when we needed you. Q.
Good stuff.
Q.
Q said, Q thinking about it 3 months. Q said, hey, man, 3 months too long, man.
3 weeks. Save that money. Oh, man, this said he been out with you. That only lasts for 3 hours.
Q said, man, yo, I know this catty, man. Yo, she must need some food right now.
He said, Q, make sure, save the money. Q go, yeah. Girls. Come back and say, yo, Q, lend me something. Q said, money done.
Man, say, yeah, I went to this apocalypse party last night, yo.
The zombie just kept looking at me. I had to pay. He was looking dead. You say,
Looking dead at me.
You say, yo. I said, Q, what happened to all your money? He said, yo, the zombie was looking dead at me. All right. Thank you very much, man. See you next week, live at the Barbershop, 9 p.m. Yo, be there or be square. Thank you very much. Go out in the world and be somebody. Get up off the couch.
Go out in the world and be somebody.